What's up, Ride Warriors? Danny Miller here. It's part 10 of Planet Coaster here, constructing Evergreen Groves. Last time I made my first aid information guest services type building here. Same similar style to what I had created for the bathrooms before. But still different looking, even though I was using some of the same materials. So this time, I think we're actually going to go through and do some lighting, and we're going to do it on a lot of these buildings here. Actually, I think what I'm going to do, before I do that, I think I'm actually going to change it. I think it's currently about 5 p.m. in the game currently, so I think I'm going to make it 6 p.m. so that it's like twilight time now. And the reason I like this is it's gonna give me an idea of what the stands are kind of doing here. While it's not completely dark, I can still kind of see some of the colors. So first we kind of got to see what kind of lighting is sort of appropriate. I like these iron hexagonal lamps, which look like they can kind of go anywhere, but you can sort of put them on the side of things. Yeah, that looks pretty interesting, the way that those light those up. I'm not totally against those. The iron square lampposts are nice. I might, and then, of course, 90-degree angles. You know, you can rotate them. I think I'm gonna end up putting these sort of along my main midway. I kind of like the way that those look. You got a round lantern, those types of things. Spooky wall light. You can sort of hang those off. See those? I don't really, I'm not sure I understand why those are spooky. I mean, I guess they sort of fit into the spooky theme. But they're just these nice sort of ball type lamps. And I kind of like these. I kind of like these. They sort of light up the building in a nice way without it being super in your face, so I do like those. These storm lanterns look cool, not exactly what I'm looking for here as far as this type of lighting goes, but it is pretty neat. Oh, you get traffic lights. That's neat. I didn't know that we had traffic lights in this game. The Munsters oh, see, that looks really cool. I'm going to use that at some point. There's a World's Fair style light, Victorian type lamppost, which doesn't look particularly great in the low detail setting here. Oh, see, that looks quite nice though. This sort of Victorian style lamp, that looks quite cool as well. So we've got these square lamps that sort of go along the pathways here, which look pretty nice. We can sort of plunk those down along our walkway. We've got these standing torches. I like the way that the lighting of the torch. Short lamppost. What does this do? Yeah, I mean that's kind of nice looking. So I wanna find one of these that looks appropriate for hanging off of a building at the right sort of height. And unfortunately, they're snapping to the height, but not particularly at the exact height that I like. That hexagonal lamp is not too bad. These fiberglass lights don't actually really do anything. We've got these floodlights that don't really seem to be doing much. So let's see, here's a classical lamppost with sign. That looks nice. Oh, and that's colorable, so perhaps that's the sort of look that I might go down my main midway here. That might look actually pretty cool if I can color those just the right sort of way. The candles look really cool on those buildings as well. There's your animated light. So let's see which one of these that I like. Here's your firehouse emergency light. The red's neat. Can I change this to be like a golden yellow? I can. See, now I kind of like that. It's very, very simple. But it kind of gives that sort of subtle lighting that I'm looking for. Can I make the housing a dark green? if I can make the housing a dark green, then I think this is probably a winner here. I can make the housing there sort of a, and this is a really basic light. I mean, it's called the firehouse emergency light, but because it's paintable, you can do so many different things with it. So I think I'm sort of torn between. I think I'm sort of torn between this type of lamp, sort of what they call a spooky lamp, but I don't think that metal sort of fits the vibe that I'm going for. So if I do this spooky firehouse, I mean, again, it's called a firehouse lamp, I can sort of put this, it lights it sort of all the way around, so I don't mind that it's sort of stuck in the middle there. I can do the dark green. I can do sort of this dark green color for the housing itself, and then I can sort of I can give it sort of a yellowish tint to it, because these older style lights that you might have had in the 1980s were more of this warm white color. They weren't truly white. See, that's pretty nice there. Maybe I give it just a little bit more of a yellowish tint. Yeah, I think I like that. So I think we're gonna go for that here. And I can put them on each of these columns here, and again, because I have position snapping on, it's very easy to place these just exactly where I want them. And I'm gonna put them on the sides here too. I mean, and it just perfectly lights up that building the way that I want it to. It's really nice. I don't think I really, well, I'll put them on this side just for symmetry's sake, just to keep the building nice and lit. And that's really nice there, because that just adds a little bit of lighting around the area. And you've got the signs lit up here, so you don't really need anything else on top of the building. So that actually looks pretty good. I'm quite happy with how that looks and how quickly I was able to do that. So we'll be done with that building. And now we'll move over to the restrooms, and we'll do. I think we'll do the same thing. I think we'll keep I think we'll sort of keep the feel here and do the same sort of things on this building as well. Again, firehouse emergency light. I'm going to change the housing to be that dark green, and this is the color that I had. Oh, yes. So now I can put these here. Oh, and see, on these columns it's snapping to a higher height, which I think is fine. It actually gives it just a little bit of variation, so I'm not hating that. I could put one in the middle there if I wanted to. Maybe I will. So yeah, there you go. Another one. Put them on these corners here. We'll put them here on the sides. I don't know if we'll put them... Well, maybe we should put them around back. We should put them around back, at least over on this side. Oh, see, that puts it way up high. We should put them around on this side anyways, you know, just in case the people are walking around, you know, the employees are walking around, it would sort of make sense to have it lit all the way around. Yeah, there we go. So I think that's, again, it's just a little bit of lighting, but I think that's kind of what I'm going for, and I think that looks really nice. I kind of do want to put one in the middle here. It seems like there's not enough gap here. So I think I will splurge in a sandbox park where there's no money. I think I will put one just right in the middle, or at least very close to the middle. I think it's slightly off. Do the advanced move. It'll probably tell me. Yeah, it needs to come to the right just a little bit. That's way too far. And then if I go player height, it's oh, see, it's not actually on the building. See, it's a good thing I did this advanced move. I don't know why it came off the building. So yeah, right there. Yeah, it'll just give it a little bit of lighting in the middle there. So that looks really good, because now I've just got this sort of subtle lighting that's here. And if I exit out and go into first person mode, now I've got, oh, see, this is just really starting to look great. I've got this wonderful lighting here at the entrance, which looks very nice. If I come over here, I want to find out information, I want to get my park maps, I kind of come up here and it looks very nice. And then, you know, I need to go to the bathroom because I've been sitting in the car for 4 hours on the way to the park. I come over here and I've got this very nice looking bathroom building. And again, it's got sort of that off-white, that warm white color, because the cool white, like the white silver, the type of, you know, LED lights that you might have, that wasn't really in existence so much in the 1980s. So I really want to keep most of the lighting to be not really a pure white. I mean, I know I made them white on these fairy tale lights, but that's because we have this other thing. So look at that. I mean, that looks really, really good. So now if I make it 11 p.m. where it becomes really very dark inside the park, then I've got this really nice bit of lighting here, and I think that looks really good. I'm actually quite pleased with that. Let me see if I can see those billboards look pretty terrible without the textures up to high. This will probably tank my frame rate, but we'll see. Oh no, it seems to be doing okay. Did I not apply it? It doesn't seem to have made it any better. Let's see here. Oh, I made that effect quality. I want it to be texture quality. Did I change it? Oh well, it changed those textures, but my my king codes. Oh, there we go. Yeah. So look at that. I think that looks great, having sort of those green lights there that are sort of the off-white color. I think that looks spectacular. I really like the way that came out. And that was very quick to get the lighting looking that good. I'm very pleased with that, actually. So now I guess let's see, what do we want to do? Oh, do we need to, I think we probably need to connect the staff building to the path, because the poor employees are looking to they're looking to do some things and rest because they've been working ever so hard. So let's see here. Are these open? Yeah, the staff buildings are open. So I think I can move, and I'll move that. I'm going to come back to the staff building later. I don't think I'm going to do anything with it now, but I've at least moved it now so that my employees can get over there if they want to, if I accidentally forget to pause the game. So let's see, what shall we do next? So we've got some lights here. I almost feel like we should put a few of those lights on the gate as opposed to the fairy lights. I think we should just put a few of those lights on here now that we've got something that I think at least seems to work. So let's do that while we're at it. See, it's not really snapping to friendly places. Now that seems to snap like over there. Yeah, I think we'll do that. Why don't we turn the lighting back to 11 p.m. and well, actually, let's go back to the 6 p.m. again, because that lighting was kind of nice, and it'll just give us an idea of where this sort of needs to go. Yeah, I think we can do it there. I don't know that we need to have it over here. It's not really snapping to a place that I'm happy with, so I think we'll kind of just leave it there. We'll just leave those two spots there. And let's get out of first person and let's go. Yeah, as far as on the front, I don't think it really needs it on the front as much as it does on the back side, because we've got doors there that are going to be used by the employees. What I do think is important, it's not as important on the front side because we've got that ladder, but I would really like to actually have I would like to have these sort of lights here. Unfortunately, it seems as though they're sort of going. They're doing the snapping bit here. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn position snap off, and then I can sort of place these wherever I want. And I'll just sort of eyeball it. Let me try and get as square to the grid as I possibly can. Again, just kind of trying to eyeball this. And I'll just make it as good as I can and never look back. Because it's at least aligning it to the surface, so even if it's not perfectly centered, it will sort of be on the building itself. So there. And then I'm going to, how do I move up? I think first person does this for me. Yes, first person does exactly what I want, so I can just sort of keep it there and go right there. And then again, I'm at my same height here. I'll come across. This is sort of like the best way to sort of cheat and get lights in the same spot when you're not using advanced move. Whoops, that's not what I wanted to do at all. There we go. It's pretty much the same. And then I think it's the Q button. Q will take me where I want to go. And then E will take me back up. And then I'll just sort of eyeball this. Excellent. All right, so let's get out of first person, and now, yeah. See, I like that. I think that looks pretty good. It just adds a little bit more light to the park side of the building. And maybe what I'll do, let's see if I continue to do that. If I turn position snap on, is there anywhere here where it'll sort of like and let me place them? No, it doesn't, unfortunately. So maybe what I can do, again, it is sort of letting me, it's position snapping there, so what I'm going to do is, see, I've placed the light on the window, and see, the window's sort of on top of it, so it's not letting me select the window. So what I'm gonna do instead is I'm going to select my light, and I'm going to turn position snap off, and I will put, I think it was on this beam here, where it was roughly here. Actually, if I zoom out far enough, I might be able to see the grid. So I'll just sort of put this, I'll align myself with that piece of the pathway, and then what I'll do is I'll do advanced duplicate and move, and I'll sort of go align myself over here, and if I sort of try and align myself approximately centered on the window, I can sort of eyeball it, see if it's approximately centered. I think it's pretty close. Yeah, I think that's fine. Yeah, I think this one needs to come over just a little bit more. You can kind of tell based on where the lighting bloom is sort of hitting it. I think that's a little bit better. Yeah, if you think you can do better, then screw you. You probably can do better. Actually, that's actually a good way of maybe doing it, is sort of selecting the piece of wood. Yeah, I mean, I think that's close enough for what I want. So now what I can do is I can sort of do advanced duplicate and move. I can move it this way. And it's at 30-degree angles. There we go. Then I'll go to translate, and I'll sort of drag it along with me. Whoops. And I screwed that up terribly. And again, this is just giving me a little bit better control of the lighting. So I got my advanced duplicate and move there. I've got rotational snapping on. So that's 90. It's 90 more. And then I'll translate it, and I will translate it just so it just... so that it just goes into the building. And it looks pretty much the same as the other one. It may be slightly off depth-wise, but it's close enough for me. Nope. So I gotta hit the X there. Okay, so now I can select this one. I can do Control X, which is my advanced duplicate and move. And I can slide it over. Yeah, see, I knew I wasn't gonna be done lighting this gate. Those orange lights that are hanging out on top are excellent, and I like those, but this just kind of, it gives it a more complete look. I feel like, I get very close. Oh. I think that looks good enough. Yeah, so yeah, just a little bit more lighting on the gate, just to make it look a little bit nicer over on this side. Don't think we need any lights there. I mean, we could, but I think generally that's okay, for what we're trying to go for. So let's zoom out a little bit. Yeah, that looks way better. I kind of do wish there was some lighting over here now. But if we go to, if we set it to 11 p.m., then it gets really dark. You know, I think that looks fine. You know, we don't really have lighting on this side of the park, and now I'm sort of feeling like it probably does need it. See, we've got those ladders up there, though, so maybe we can do something else. Yeah, see, this is good. Let's see here. Well, let's figure out a place for at least one light over here. Change the lighting back to 6 p.m. It's easier to place the lights when it's sort of this twilight. Yeah, see, even I think just having a little bit of lighting here, I think, is going to help. Just sort of bring the look together. And there is a seam. There is a seam here where it's sort of the middle. Then what if I do position snap? Does it want to put one there? It does sort of want to put one there, but it's not quite what I want. So that's a line centered at least to the peak. So if I move it down to the middle, it at least gives it a little bit of light here. Oops, and I forgot to hit the check mark before I hit the X. See, if I bring it to here, it's at least a little bit of lighting in the middle, which I think is fine. If I hit check mark there and then I hit advanced duplicate and move, I can sort of drag this along with me and make sure that it's at the same height, and then I'll just ballpark it again over on this side, make sure it's centered. So yeah, I mean, I think that's much nicer in terms of lighting. It gives just a little bit more of the structural lighting to the gate, which I think looks good. And then I think I will sort of try to duplicate that over on this side in a similar fashion. But I think maybe I will save that and sort of do that offline. Since you've got the general idea of why I've done the lighting sort of the way I have. So we're here at 26 minutes. I'm going to walk away for 5 seconds. I've actually got a 3D print running, so I'm just going to double check the status of that real quick. Oh, we're still fine. We've got a little bit to go yet. It's at 91%, so we can probably finish up this video before that needs to be addressed. So, let's talk about pathway lighting, because then we can place like bushes and plants and things around. So as far as sort of the lights go, the standard lights, the Victorian lamppost, again, I have my, see, I like these Victorian lampposts, because, number one, they're colorable, and it gives off that sort of orange, that orangish light. I mean, it's sort of that vintage light that would have been, you know, it's Victorian, so the theme here is Victorian, so it's not really fitting in to my theme. But it looks nice. It's sort of a classic. I mean, I've got this iron square lamppost, which is sort of generic, and actually I think I like that better. The iron square lamppost, if I make it, let's make it 1 p.m. so that I can see the actual color of that. Yeah, it's sort of like that grayish black iron. And I can turn them this way, if I want to. And again, going back to, let's go to 7 p.m. this time, so it's a little bit darker. It's that very subtle type of, it's almost like that orange lighting. Again, it's very similar to what these firehouse emergency lights that I've kind of put on. I don't know if I want to put them like that, or if I want to have them sort of overhanging. I think it kind of depends on what you're looking at. I think you want to see it like that, but if it's sort of turned that way, you can see it from this way. What is this called? It's called Iron Square Lamppost. What I'm going to do, I'm going to Google on my phone just Iron Square Lamppost and see if I can get any pictures of what those actually look like while they're on a street. And it looks like they sort of do it so that it's sort of facing the direction of travel, which in general is sort of arbitrary because, you know, along the main midway, if I were to if I were to place these along the midway, which I very possibly might do, they would certainly be placed in that sort of fashion there. With them going like that, and I think that's ultimately what's going to happen. Is I'm going to put these lined along here, facing in that direction, and then my buildings are going to be sort of back off just a little bit. But then, like here, I would sort of want them like this so that you can see them in that way, and I might line a few along here as well. They're not overly bright, but I think that's kind of what I'm looking for. I mean, we've got this classical lamppost with a sign. Is that editable? See, this is from the World's Fair pack, which is interesting. See, and I don't... Oh, see, this... Oh, see, this is editable. Evergreen Groves. Oh, and it puts the name of the park there. And I can even have it in the racing font that's above the park. Oh, and they're paintable. Hold on. Is the light... Oh, the light is paintable. Oh, man. And it's got the little hearts there. I mean, it's sort of... It's classic. It's definitely got a classic look with sort of the curves that it's got here. And I can make them my foresty green, and then the background here, I can... Oh, and I can make it sort of a cream color. I can make it sort of a cream color here. The background can be cream. Oh, and I can change the text too. Oh, that's great. So I can make the text the foresty green here, and I can make my outline white just like it is. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm going to do. Oh man, that is great. I am definitely going with the classic lamppost with sign now. That's exactly what I was hoping to see. Yeah, this is just fantastic, and what's going to happen is I'm going to spend a lot of time placing these. So why don't we, let's see, what do we want to do here? So now I know what I can actually do here as far as making these customizable. Look at that. That just looks great. So now the question is, how do I sort of want to lay these out? And you know what? I think I have an idea. So rather than get into, since we're, already over half an hour, I know that it's going to take some time placing those lights and making them look good along the midway. So maybe what I will do is actually I will place some of them along this pathway here that's leading up to the park entrance, because that's sort of what I want. So I'm gonna uncheck the lighting here. Actually, it's getting to be it's getting to be an interesting time of day. It's about 5 p.m. in the game. Just over the course of time, letting it sort of. So what I'm gonna do is I think I'm going to delete this path and make this path a little bit wider, if I can. Going into the tunnel. Oops. And I'm getting a phone call, so I need to pause the recording. I will be right back. Alright, back here. Sorry about that. Phone call from the folks, trying to arrange the Thanksgiving plans. I will be traveling down to spend the holiday with them, so, always gotta take their call, of course. So let's see, where were we? We were back to trying to figure out this main entrance deal, and I really kind of wish that it wasn't automatically hooking up there. I wish it was sort of doing that type of thing. Let's see, how wide can I actually get this where it doesn't automatically hook up right there? I think once I go to 30, I think it kind of doesn't like it anymore. So this is the smallest path. I'm just trying to find sort of like that magic number where it'll do kind of exactly what I want it to do. I want this path to be as wide as possible, but I don't want it to auto-connect like that. And I feel like 26. Oh, see, that's okay. Yeah, that's fine. I can deal with that because now I can put some lampposts and things on both sides. So let's go to the 6 p.m. time frame where the lighting just looks really, really good. Again, the lighting is just absolutely gorgeous in this game. So I think I'm going to edit the building, and I'll go back to this classic lamppost deal. And I'm going to have to color them again, so let's turn... Well, let's do that and make it 1 p.m. So I can color this correctly. I want this color because that's the nice foresty green color. That's almost a little bit too green for me though. I almost want it to be darker yet. So it's a bit more of a pine green. Yeah, that's. Yeah, I think that's probably pretty good. I want the background to be sort of this beige color. And it is editable. So why don't I place it down first and then edit it? So I've got that green. I want it to say Evergreen Groves. They're coming in droves and froves. So I want racing, and I want it to be the same sort of dark green that we sort of have going on. Again, I've got so many different dark green shades. But that's because each individual piece, they look a little bit different when you paint them. So I've got all these different shades of green, and it kind of depends on what the piece is. I'm gonna go with this yellow. I think, yeah, that's not the one. I think I wanted that yellow, and that's sort of the lighting color that I'm going with. I'm going with the white outline. And I think it looks a little bit better on this side, and it might look a little bit better when it's not selected. Yeah, see that I want that to be like a cream color there. It looks quite odd. What if I change this to 8 p.m.? Yeah, see, that looks nice. If I change it to 8 a.m., then I've sort of got, yeah, you can sort of see there. What happens if I change to 11 a.m., sort of midday? I think I want this to be a little bit of a darker cream color. More of a tan color. Tan sort of bordering on gold almost. That's a little bit too much. I think I can get away with something like that. And I think that looks rather nice. Yeah, I'm quite happy with that, actually. So I think what I will do is I will use the advanced move tool again, and sort of place these very, very close to the path. And I think I'll get them pretty close to where this is as well. Try and get them close to where yeah. I'm happy with that. And now if I want to... So this is interesting. I've been saying for I don't know how many episodes now that I was going to do some lighting on the pathways out here, and I finally got to it after I did the lighting on the buildings. So I want to do Control X and do sort of the advanced duplicate and move. Oh, and now that I've got the colors sort of figured out, I think, is that the same color? Yeah, that's interesting. So I think now that I've got this, I think I can sort of go to, oh, that's 6 a.m. And the 6 a.m. lighting is quite neat because you've got sort of that sunrise going on over there. So that looks very, very cool. So I think what I'm going to do, I think I'm just going to put 3 lights along here. And I'm going to put it sort of right at where this straight piece starts. And then I think what I will do is I will do an advanced duplicate and move of these lampposts. And I will try and plunk one down right in the middle of the 2. And it's not going to be absolutely perfect, but I can make it very, very close. I think that is probably good enough. Yes. Look at that. That just looks great coming right up to the park like that. Oh, that just looks absolutely fantastic. Now, what I wish I could do is sort of, again, I wish I could sort of advance duplicate and move all of them. Which a bit odd. So I think instead what I'm going to do, I'm going to do the advanced duplicate and move and do it this way and just try and get it as close so that they're horizontally the same, and you know they're ever so slightly off the path, not by a tremendous amount. So I think like even that is probably pretty close to about how far off the path they are. I think it might actually even be a bit closer. Yeah, I think that's good enough. And now we've got this beautiful lighting that's sort of going along here. Oh, I've got to click my X there. Advance, duplicate, and move. And again, I'm going to try and get it as close as I can to being in line with it. I mean, that looks about as good as anything. And then we'll do this last one here. I think that looks pretty damn good. And then I've done it there. So now if I go into first person and I come down here, here is what I see when I walk up to Evergreen Groves. I see this beautiful entrance gate with these let's unpause the game, shall we? So there we go. I've got my fairy tale lights. I've got my birds tweeting. And then I've got these beautiful lampposts here that say Evergreen Groves on them, and it's got that very nice warm yellow lighting that is you know, reminiscent of older times. You know, the 1980s, these type of light posts might have been seen. I think this looks excellent, and I think the midway is going to look excellent as well. If I can put you know, the main midway can have sort of these types of lampposts as well. I don't know that they're going to be that close together. I might space them out a little bit more because I'm going to have these types of lights on the buildings and things. So you're going to have that sort of lighting everywhere. One thing I will do, and I'm going to do it offline, is I'm going to sort of try and duplicate these lights here on the other side of the gate. So these 3 I will try and move over here, just to give it a little bit more light. On this side, I would really like to put some lights behind the ladder, but I kind of like the way the ladder looks on the front side. I like that it has the lighting on the back side. So I may end up putting a light behind the ladder, or I may end up just getting rid of the ladders altogether. That's entirely possible as well. We'll have to see, but I will end up doing that offline since you've seen me figure out my plan for that and everything. Whoop! just being launched off into space there. I'll get out of, get out of first person. And maybe being in first person was the better option. So yeah, there you go. There is what our front entrance looks like right now here at Evergreen Groves at 6 a.m. And as you can see, the lighting on the bathroom that we've built looks really, really good. And the lighting over here on the information kiosk and the first aid stand, our guest services, if you will, looks very, very good. So in the next episode, I will show you the lights that I continue to put on the building on the front side of the entrance. And I think I will put these sort of lampposts also along this way here. Maybe I won't put the ones that have the signs. Maybe I'll just put those on the main midway, and I'll put sort of the more classic lampposts going along here, so that we're not overkilling with the Evergreen Groves signs. But we will see how that goes. So that will do it here for part 10 of Evergreen Groves construction here in Planet Coaster. Hopefully you guys are enjoying this so far. I know that it's a very slow process, but trying to get lots of little bits of detail into everything I do, and I think it's coming along quite nicely, and I think everything looks really, really great here. So I will leave you with this beautiful view of our front entrance here. Thanks for watching, and hopefully you will join me next time.